When deciding whether to start easing lockdown restrictions in the UK, the government is looking at the risk of a second wave of the virus hitting the country. Several European countries have started to ease their lockdown measures to varying degrees of success. Last night, Boris Johnson said that the UK is past the peak of its coronavirus pandemic.
That for the first time, we are past the peak of this disease.
The government has warned the reproductive rate of the virus must be below 1 to avoid a second peak of coronavirus. This means that on average, someone with the virus passes it on to less than one other person. Downing Street has said the new number of cases each day should be below 1,000 before easing any lockdown measures. Some ministers are concerned that ending the lockdown too quickly may lead to a second spike in coronavirus infections. There is some indication that in Germany, where measures are being relaxed, a second peak may be emerging. Germany had got new virus cases down to 2,000 per day by the 19th of April, and they began lifting some restrictions the next day. Churches, gardens, zoos, playgrounds, monuments and museums all started to reopen. Then cases began to rise, sparking fears the government had begun to ease the lockdown too quickly. The government responded by delaying the decision to reopen schools and said social distancing rules will remain in place until at least the 10th of May. However, in other European countries such as Denmark and the Czech Republic, there is evidence suggesting that lifting their lockdowns has not led to a rise in coronavirus cases. In Denmark, schools for those aged 11 and under reopened 2 weeks ago, followed by hairdressers and other small businesses on the 20th of April. A leading Danish scientist, Christian Weze, said, "There is no signs at all that the partial reopening has caused a bigger spread of infection. At least there is no indication that we are heading for another wave." Meanwhile, in the Czech Republic, their health minister announced a staggered reopening of small businesses as they had seen less than 100 new cases daily for 8 days consecutively. This has reportedly not led to a surge of infections. Spain, where the lockdown has been one of the most restrictive in Europe, has also started to ease measures, as the daily death toll fell to the lowest in 6 weeks. The country has announced different exercise slots for different groups of people. Boris Johnson has said the next review of lockdown measures in the UK will take place on the 7th of May, as the government weighs up helping the economy and preventing a second wave of coronavirus.